Welcome to my latest painting update. Progress has been a bit slow over the last couple of weeks. It seems because I've been painting mounted miniatures, which always take twice as long as anything else. So here we are with some Britannia miniatures Camel Core, some Reaper miniatures Riders of the Apocalypse, and just to finish off quickly, I grabbed three 54mm miniatures and painted them up. I'll cover them in the order I painted them, so I'm going to start with the Britannia miniatures Camel Core. I got 4 troopers, an officer and a bugler, and I first bought these miniatures in 2006 and I kept them. They were stuck on bases and assembled, and I kept them for years and years and years, and I got rid of them a couple of years ago, and now of course I rebought them because it was time to paint them. I think they're really nice miniatures. When I did my Sudan project in 2006, which is why I bought them originally, these were by far and away the best Camel Core miniatures you could get. Essex did some, and I think Castaway Arts did some, which were a bit small. Nowadays, of course, you can get Perry ones and what have you, but these I think still stand up well. So let's go for a trooper. Here he is. Nice detail on the camels. Nice detail on the troopers, to be honest. So I don't know, he just looks the part. He looks very Victorian to me. Drop him back in there, and then there's the officer. How does this work? There we go. There's the officer. Again, no rifle and gloves and no goggles. Making him that, and finally, when I can find him, here he is, right at the back. Here's the bugler, little bugle. So all the camels are the same. There's no variation. I painted them 3 different colours, but they're essentially the same. And I'm going to put them in my Northwest Frontier project because I've got nowhere else for them to go. So they are going to anachronistically appear in the occasional Northwest Frontier game, hopefully. Right, I'll get them out of the way and we can focus on what's left. So next up are the Reaper miniatures. Death on his pale horse. Plague on his wolf. War on his lion. This one is Pestilence. I've labelled them under the bases so I don't forget. And so this one is Famine. Yeah, Famine on his horse. I love the goat. Just think the goat is fantastic. Now again, I bought these originally. Let's move them around a little bit. Put War a bit more in the picture there. I bought these originally in 1994 as Reaper first bought them out in the UK. I started with War and moved on, and it's taken me until now to paint them. Once again, I do still have my 1994 castings, but I can't find them, so I bought these new. But spiritually, they're the original ones. I enjoyed painting these. They hold up well against more modern figures. At least the mounts do. The mounts are really good. The sort of undead, rotting horses and what have you, really nice. The riders are a bit plain, it must be said. I think maybe the most interesting is this one. I mean, conceptually they're fine, but the actual castings are just a little bit simple and plain. But having said that, I'm very pleased I got them done. I'm looking to do a Renaissance era fantasy game where the players control bands of mercenaries, and the prophecies of Revelation are coming true. So these chaps will be abroad on the land, making life, the final days of life, difficult for the heroes, along with a bunch of skeletons and things like that. Okay, right, let me get rid of these then. There we go. Okay, that leaves us with my afterthought for this week or 2 weeks of painting, and that is some 54mm Phoenix miniatures. Well, this guy is a 54mm Phoenix miniature. He's Khan, Lord of Atlantis, King of Atlantis. He was a bit beaten up by being in a drawer for so long, so I've turned him into a statue. He's on a Fenris Games resin base. Very nice. There he is. So he'll work in, you know, all kinds of situations. This guy is also a Phoenix miniature. Is that working? Yes. He's a captive, obviously, some sort of bestial chap. And this girl isn't. This girl is, I don't know, Sanderson models, something like that. Classic cheesecake 54mm stuff that you could get her in the 70s and 80s. The Atlantis figures were some of the miniatures that got me into miniatures and wargaming and what have you. They were painted up and on display at my local model shop in Guildford, the Tangley Model Workshop, now long gone, sadly. I enjoyed painting these, and I've ordered some more. They're available from S&D Miniatures, so I've ordered a small batch of other ones. Got another king, so I can paint him up as a living version, and a queen. They arrived today anyway, so they'll be on display fairly soon. And once I've done those, I'll get the more expensive kits of the king on his throne and some banqueting people and what have you. But for the moment, that's it for this update. So if you've stuck with it this long, thanks again for watching. Please like and subscribe and tell your friends and hit the bell, and do whatever else you're meant to do on YouTube to make me successful and validate my bizarre hobby. Okay, thanks very much. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next week.